is International Human Rights Day, and I'm feeling very emotional because human rights are being taken away in Iran, and they have no rights, and we have to fight for them, for women, life, freedom, for a free Iran.
ما امروز اینجا در کنار لوحه کوروش هستیم تا به جهانیان ثابت کنیم که بیش از 2000 سال پیش پادشاه ما کوروش کبیر بردهداری را قدغن کرد. حالا بعد از 2000 اندی به هیچ وجه بردهداری در ایران قابل تحمل نیست. اگر این رژیم فکر میکنه حاضر به عقب نشینی هستند بعد از اینکه بچهای خودشون رو با دستای خودشون به گور سپردن، بسیار اشتباه میکنه.
Women are not second-class citizens. Women are not on this earth to be invisible. We deserve to be free in all parts of the world, and we deserve our fundamental human rights. Unfortunately, in some parts like Iran, like Afghanistan, like Kurdistan, these rights have been taken away for far too long, and it's 2022 and we need to change that.
We need to remember that people are not allowed to just be executed for nothing. People should not be executed at all. We all have our human rights, and the Islamic regime needs to stop imprisoning protesters, and it also needs to stop all execution of prisoners.
And Iranians are of multiple religious backgrounds, ethnicities, languages. We're diverse, and we need to come together. We need to use this opportunity to come together to support our hamvatans in Iran.
On this International Human Rights Day, I sit here in front of the cylinder of Cyrus the Great, reminded of the Iranian people who are dying for their freedom and their basic human rights on the streets of Tehran, on the streets of Karaj, on the streets of Mashhad, of Sistan and Balochistan. I am reminded of the dozen Baloch protesters who were killed in silence because the government maintains apartheid against Baloch people without birth certificates, without any documentation or any official consequences. And so a dozen is probably not even the real number. There's probably many more. And then we also have Mohsen Shekari, who was just executed just the other day, the first official execution in relation to Mahsa Amini. And none of these things should be happening, and none of these ambassadors should be having meetings with anyone in the free world. They should be expelled, and they should be shunned for the illegitimate terrorist government that they are.
As the world witnesses the unimaginable, fiction like human rights abuses in Iran, we know that so many of you are heartbroken with what you're seeing and hearing. We know that you care about peace, about children being safe, about freedom of expression, and we want you to know that you're helping, and this is how.
It is the duty and priority of leaders of the democratic world to serve your values. So when you come to our marches, when you use your platforms to amplify the voices of Iranian people, when you contact your local representatives and tell them you care about a secular and democratic Iran, it is those same lawmakers that then know that they cannot do business deals with Islamic regime, because it is those same deals that allow them, that empower them to fund terrorism and continue oppressing their people by murdering them.
On behalf of the Iranian community in diaspora, I would like to let the world know that our hearts are with the Iranian people, and everybody should be aware of the atrocities that are happening in Iran to our brothers and sisters.
Freedom, human rights, and cultural diversity were ideals of Cyrus the Great of Iran that originated over 2,500 years ago. The freedom sculpture was inspired by these ideals and was gifted by Farhang Foundation to the city of Los Angeles on behalf of all freedom-loving Iranians.
We have to fight for humanity. We have to fight for people being humane to each other. It is not their problem, it is our problem. We have to come together united.
Right now, it's not the time to be divided. Right now, it's not the time to be distracted. We need to stay connected. We humans on this earth, we need to stay together and have one voice. And that voice is woman, life, freedom, zan, zendegi, azadi.
It's really important that Iranians and non-Iranians around the world come together to amplify the voices of people in Iran, people of all faiths, people of all ages.
People need to keep in mind that this could be your child, your children, your sister, your brother. There are women and children being killed ruthlessly in the streets of Iran. We stand with you, we love you, we will be here with you fighting until the end, doing everything we can.
بچه‌های مردم رو کشتن، بهشون تجاوز کردن، زیر شکنجهشون قرار دادن. امکان نداره این هزار تن از شما بگذرد. ترک کنید ایران رو، بسپارید به دست رهبر قادری که از میان مردم، برای خدمت به مردم انتخاب شده به عنوان رهبر ایران.
The only way forward is the end of this regime and a stable Iran. History has shown us what happens when Iran is free. The world is a better place for it.
For this Human Rights Day, I want everybody in the whole wide world to help the Iranian people to get their freedom, to live freely like us in the United States and Europe and all over the world. Iranians deserve a better life.
Today, more than ever, these ideals are important because after all, human rights birthplace is in Iran.
No matter how great the brutality of the Islamic regime is, the might of unity is greater. Thank you for uniting with the people of Iran for the values that we all share. Women, life, freedom.
Zan, zindagi, azadi.